Hi, this is Daniel from Pain of Salvation, and you're watching Morow.com.
I'm far from sober, and she's...
Well, depends on how you define new. We're making an acoustic album that is basically done, but we'll wait after this tour and see. We're recording some of these shows, and maybe some of the songs that were not on the album will also end up as bonus material or something like that. But so the album is going to be an acoustic album with songs rearranged, pretty much like 12/5, but new outfits.
Okay, will there be some new songs on it?
As of now, there will be one new song, the Falling Home song, which is the first one we're playing every night. So we're opening up with the Unknown.
Every day a million people flow that street.
My hopes were just that we could, we were talking about the living room thing, of bringing a living room setting on the tour, which would be a very different and cool thing to be doing. To have an intimate, warm and relaxed sort of vibe going between us and the audience, and it's really worked out well. Every night is a very relaxed and nice evening together with the crowds. So it seems to be very appreciated, and I think that we have an extremely strong lineup, and the music we're playing right now is very convincing. Depends for how long I'm stuck there, I guess. I don't know. And I have to, I guess musically for me, the 70s, they're a very nice pause. You have the 60s with their like overuse of overuse of delays, I guess, and of the like stereo image, which I still like. I like the 60s way of stereo, which is not I know it's more out of balance, but they balance it asymmetrically, which to me it's much more interesting than modern very symmetrical mixes. So, and then the 80s you have like the total overuse of reverbs, and the 90s you have an extreme overuse of compression, and then you have the 2000s with the extreme overuse of autotune. So it's like the 70s is like a small window where they have, between the overuse of delays and stereo image and the abuse of reverbs. There's like this short section of a few years in the 70s where it was just dry, warm, recorded music. Of course, there are like the good ones and the bad ones. But, the really good ones during the 70s, I think, are from a musical point of view, very, very nice mixes. Because you can hear the playing, and it's brave and dry and intimate. How can you not like that? I don't know. Everything comes and goes. So I guess with Pain of Salvation, we have either been a little bit ahead of our time or very, very late. It's either or. You can see it either way, really. But I always feel restless, and I always get restless with whatever is the current, the thing that's happening right now. It's tiring me down very quickly. So I guess I think you can see already. The Road Salt albums were written and recorded mainly started in 2009, which is actually 4 years ago now. And I think you can see that. What I wanted to do with Road Salt was just record music, just live music. This is the playing. This is that the production is not killing the music, in a way. So I just wanted to get into the studio, record it live as much as possible, and make something that was alive. And I think you can see today that there's still a lot of demand for that. Maybe more now than when we did the Road Salt albums. So yeah, I'm guessing that that's something that will. So maybe if that turns into like a big thing, and everything turns organic and warm and intimate and real music, then maybe I'll get tired of that and start making Kraftwerk music. I doubt it though. Very seldom. That's the thing. Like 99.9% of all music I do, it just disappears. Because sometimes I record it on my phone or something, and then when it's time for the next album, I don't have time to check all the phone recordings. And I guess in a way, there's truth in both ways. But I was gonna say that the best ideas will linger, and they will stick. So if you have like 1,000 ideas between any given point and another, if there are 10 of them that are still there at the end of those, at that period, those were probably the better ideas or the most annoying ones. But also I have several times, like Healing Now for instance, that song was totally lost. I had no idea that it existed anymore. And I just like briefly scanned through some files that I could find, when it was time for the album, for the Road Salt albums. And I found this recording of Healing Now on my phone. Like just because I was checking the audio memos, which is usually where I record something. Now I also had this application 4-track, and that's where I recorded it. I had totally forgotten about that. So sometimes you find little gold nuggets in those recordings that you've totally forgotten about.
See from a distance.
Well, this is a little bit of a dream come true actually for me, because we had we've been talking to Anneke and Arstidir even for the Road Salt tour, but it, like from a time point of view, and it just like it was impossible to put together. And then we had the acoustic tour coming up, and we were like, let's ask again. This is just the perfect tour, and maybe now things are, in the right, because like every artist will have their own sort of plan for the years, and both Anneke and Arstidir were really happy to be asked again, because both of them really wanted to do it the first time around as well. And I think it was the perfect combination for this tour. And I think it's a great show from start to finish. And I would really urge everyone who's coming not to miss the openers, because they're wonderful musicians, all of them. Very good music.
Where did you find the Iceland band?
It was Ragnar. We were trying to think of opening acts for the Road Salt 2 tour, and he knew these guys, and so he showed us on YouTube a video called Brestir, and I was just totally blown away by the music instantly. So since then I've been wanting to have them on the tour, or on any tour, especially the acoustic one. Yeah, beautiful. It's got a beautiful voice. I remember I was a music reviewer back in '97 before recording the first album, or during the first album recording, and you get albums all the time, and so I tried to listen to albums in the car. I was driving from this to that place. I'd have a pile of CDs, and I'd listen to them. And I received Nighttime Birds with a Gathering, and I put it in, and after the first minute or so, you think you have it figured out. It's like, this kind of sort of a little doomy, sad metal stuff, and I was just waiting for some guy to start going like, ooh. And then she starts singing, and I just so clearly remember that feeling of driving the car and we're like, whoa, what is that? Where does the angel come from? Because that was the feeling I had. And I mean, this has been like overused, I guess, in many ways, like the metal bands with yeah, but she's different because she never did the operatic thing, you know. She's always really very precise, but yet there's a lot of emotion in everything she sings. So yeah, that's been something that I've been longing for ever since, you know, to have Anneke on board. It's cool. We did a gig in Greece a few years back, and we started talking already then. Oh, we should totally tour together at some point. Yeah, it's great. Like great people, all of us, that I think on this tour. It's nice to hang out with them.